Hello, my name is Kate Fox from Fox Graphics Design and Marketing. I am back with Rebecca Scoular. And what are we doing today? This is Rebecca. Say hello.
Hello, lovely to be here. Thank you, Kate.
It's a pleasure. Um, what are we doing here? Well, this is our Authentic You 2026 series. And Rebecca is my first candidate, victim, applicant. I'm not sure which are the right words, but she's here and she's going to tell us all about herself on the 6 questions. Now, if you remember those, it starts off about the person and ends up telling us what she actually does and how we can find her. So, without me speaking anymore, I'm going to hand over to Rebecca and ask the first question. And that is, what is it? What makes you smile?
Well, I am a mum of an 11-year-old boy, and of course, he makes me smile. Only what I really, really want to say is that I'm also a mum of a fur baby, and he literally is like my therapy. Every time I'm like, got a spare minute or a spare moment, I look over to my dog, and it's just like pure joy. He gives me nothing but pure joy. And we just are able to read each other's minds and we just have a cuddle and he just energizes me and he just seriously makes me smile. He is just the best.
Well, wow, I didn't, you see, I never know what people are going to say. I think you just put everybody off from having children, but never mind. Oh,
I know, I'd have
get a
one
puppy.
child, 10 dogs.
I've got one daughter and 2 cats. I get that. I think my cats are instead of grandchildren. Anyway, so there we go. So next question. When did you last cry and why?
Oh, apart from watching young Sheldon and the dad dying, I know, spoiler alert.
Ah,
That's my son that watches that, honest. But I would say, I don't know, I think at the moment I'm doing a lot of internal little tears because I'm in a transitional space and I'm just frustrated at the moment a little bit with kind of where I want to be, where I am now. And there's a real gap between those two things. And so I'm just getting frustrated. So yeah, it's not necessarily an outward cry, but definitely a lot of like inwards cries at the moment, I would say.
I can resonate with that. Yes, been there, got that t-shirt. I think we can, I think that actually carries on
Yeah.
for a long time. Anyway, um, so question number 3 is, can you recommend whichever you like, usually one, if you like two, a book, podcast, art gallery, or museum?
Okay. I'm not massively cultured in terms of the museums and the art galleries, so I'm going to go with the safe version of this, and I'm going to two books then, if I'm allowed, because I don't think you can mention a book without mentioning Atomic Habits. I'm in a book club and we're reading a book a month, and Atomic Habits just is always the one that we seem to come back to. And it's the one that you have to either read or listen to multiple times because there's just so much in there that you can take away, and you don't do it all at once. So there's just so much magic in that book. And then a book that really changed my life when I was going through a really challenging time when I was younger. I got recommended the book The Four Agreements. Don't ask me to pronounce the name of the person who wrote it. It was like Don Wigwell or something like that. But maybe we can put it in the chat afterwards in the comments. But the Four Agreements. And one of those agreements is not taking things personally. And that was a massive help when I was going through a certain period when I was younger. So
Mm,
I would recommend that book to everybody and anybody.
I'm gonna have a look at that. Sounds good. Thank you. Fourth question, are we on? Yes. What is the best comment or compliment? And we've just been talking about that before. A client has ever said to you.
Um, Other than helping them to really think differently or think deeper or think better, which is what I do, it's very much I'm getting the feedback so much about how I make them feel.
Feel, yeah.
How I make them feel is really the thing. And I actually looked on a few things. I even got an email this morning from somebody who I'm recently connected with. And her message to me was, I truly appreciate your angelic presence. And then I listened to a voice message that a friend and a client sent me. It was a Christmas present, really, because it was on the 24th of December. When I listened back, I saw the date on it. And he just sent me not a voice note, but it's like a video note that you can do on WhatsApp. And it was like, I wrote it down. I'm eternally grateful for you in my life. You're one of the best human beings that ever entered my life. And I do seem
Oh,
to get that an awful lot. So I think there's something that I'm doing right
yes.
where people just seem to be incredibly grateful to have me in their life, which is lovely to hear.
It's
I just need
lovely.
to let it sink in.
That's really nice. Well, that leads on to why should your ideal client customer work with you? And we're getting a feel of that.
Yeah, definitely very much so. When I came up with the name of Progress Partners, I didn't realize quite how attached this was going to be. And what I've realized is that I do partner with people. And another thing that I know somebody has said about me before now is if you're in my inner circle, especially entrepreneurs, which are the people that I'm most passionate about, because they're doers and they're dreamers. So they both go together, the dreamer and the doer. Is that when you're in my circle, you feel the love. And that's, I think, the thing that I do is I just happen to partner with people. I really genuinely give a shit. I really do give a damn.
Super, brilliant. So that leads nicely, and you've already said it. What is your business called, and what is it, and how can people get in contact with you?
Okay, so yes, it's Progress Partners, and I'm still figuring out how's the best way to talk about it, if I'm perfectly honest. And my members keep saying to me, "You're not describing it in the way that you should be describing it. You're like downplaying it." But it's a membership model, and we're
Right.
bringing great people together. So entrepreneurs, these are seasoned business owners. So they've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and yet they're still really growing. They're still incredibly ambitious, and so it's really about curating a room where these relationships can grow because it's very, very lonely, being at the top. Who do you speak to? So it's a very giving room. It's a room where you can give and you also take in terms of helping others with their challenges. They get to help you with yours. And the same in terms of successes as well. There was something that I remember listening to a podcast. And I think, who was it now? I don't know whether it was Simon Sinek, I think. And he said, when he thinks about challenges that he has, he can maybe go to, let's say, 10 people that he will call upon. And then he says to himself, but who can I go to when I've got successes? And he says that that number goes down to 3 or 4 people.
Yes. And the more successful you are, the more lonely you are, the more you can't, it is a pyramid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
So
Super.
it's so
So
it's
how can we
providing that
find you?
it's providing that space for
Yeah.
them, for sure. And in terms of finding me, I am on LinkedIn, of course. So I'd be really happy to get any DMs of anybody that's interested to chat more. And of course, I'm on Facebook or Instagram. So yes, they're more than welcome to DM me, and I'll probably pop my email address on the comments as well here.
Do you want to say your phone number and email on here? If people,
I'm happy to. It's info@progress-partners.co.uk and telephone number 0780 I will put it on Do Not Disturb after 9 p.m. That's for sure, though.
I think
You can
mine's
try me at 5 a.m., but not 9 p.m.
mine goes on after about 6 o'clock at night. Anyway, thank you so much. That was really interesting. Thank you, and we shall be watching this space and finding out more as you progress with your new business. Um, and all the contact details are there. And this will be going out live-ish onto social media. But just to finish off, thank you for listening, everybody. And my name is Kate Fox from Fox Graphics Design and Marketing. I guide businesses to be noticed and raise their game by using design, brand, and marketing strategies, which enables them to triple in turnover and get ahead of their competition. You can find me on all social media, my website, Fox Graphics Design and Market, no, foxgraphics.com. So used to say and marketing, and phone number and all that's on my socials. So thank you. Bye.